This is the last stream for a while that'll be in this room because I'm leaving tomorrow. No, it's not my birthday. It's my unbirthday. Is it your birthday? You have 20 minutes at work? Only 20 minutes? That's not bad. I've got some videos lined up today. Good luck on moving places. Well, I'm not going to be moving. I'm just leaving. My birthday is May 16th. So today's my unbirthday. But I'm doing an early stream today. I don't usually stream this early. And I just want to get through a few videos that are on my list so that I'm not thinking, man, I should have done another stream. Your birthday is February 12th. I remember when it was your birthday, but I forgot what day it was. Birthday by the Beatles should replace Happy Birthday as the birthday song. The thing is, though, that Birthday by the Beatles is hard to sing unless you, like, belt it out, unless you're a rock singer. Where you are going to? Well, I'm going to start by going to Wyoming tomorrow, and then after that, I'm going to go to the east. Have you thrown the Destiny Schizo vid on the list? I don't know that video. Not familiar with that. I have quite a few things, though, on the list. Cosmic Cynic says my birthday is today. How did you know? I don't know. I don't know how I knew. It's amazing. Happy birthday, Cosmic Cynic. I posted it in your server's main chat. Well, let me look at my server. See if I can find it. I really like doing these streams. Destiny Schizo Arc. Kino Edit. What is this? I guess I'll take a look.
Multi-millionaire Jackie Rosen.
Wow, I'm getting an ad. I'm not used to that.
It feels like I'm like moving against something, or that there's something like moving against me that I haven't ever really been cognizant of before. I haven't put together all of this in any formal sense. It's just been bouncing around my head. So.
Okay. Let me click the link. And then Alright, seems like people are saying this is an interesting video. I don't really know what I'm in for, but I'll add it to the playlist, I guess. True, you're streaming early, but it's 9 p.m. here, so you're right on time. So that means Wyoming is a temporary stop. Don't let the anxiety get to you. Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety. I was having anxiety yesterday. I was having even worse anxiety the day before. But yeah, Wyoming is temporary because it's my grand aunt's birthday in a few days. And so I have to go to Wyoming for that. And my whole family is also going to Wyoming. So I'll meet them in Wyoming. But they're flying and I'm driving. Did you see the Tucker interview everyone has been talking about? No, I did not. But let's start with a little bit of Tick history. Because he uploaded a new video a few days ago. And it looks like a good one. And it's short. Well, for his standards. It's 35 minutes. So let's check it out.
This is the map we're going to talk about today, a map showing all the connections between the various philosophies, religions and ideologies, showing the origins of National Socialism, Fascism, Marxism, Socialism and other movements too. Let's get into it. I've made numerous videos on these ideologies, but I realised that this information is spread out across my entire channel in videos.
The thing is, Tick history has shown that he's really willing to play fast and loose with this kind of stuff, and so him making a whole video dedicated to tracing the evolution of these ideologies is fascinating, because I'm wondering, like, how is he going to twist this? Like, how is he going to put a spin on this history? Because when you're talking about history, you're really laying out what happened in a cause and effect manner. And so what different little spins is he going to put into it, if any? That's what's curious about this.
Stretching all the way back to 2018. So what I wanted to do was bring all that information together today, talk about a few things I've not yet mentioned, and map it all out so that we can see the whole picture on a visual level. And in mapping this out, which took a lot longer than I thought it would, and to edit this video was also a mission, I actually discovered something incredibly important that I didn't realise until this very moment. In fact, while some of my older videos are definitely proven correct by this, some of my older statements are also incorrect.
Whoa.
So let's get
Okay.
into this, because I think this will be very useful to us all. To set the scene, we need to go right back to before the beginning of the written word. Thousands of years ago,
I understand that you have a shelf of books behind you, but this guy is more on the nose than Fantana with the miserable book warehouse behind him. Well, he has a lot of books that are just all about the same subjects. So he's very, he's kind of one-track minded in his history interest. It seems like World War II is really the main thing that he's into.
was a group of people who spoke the same language called the Proto-Indo-Europeans.
Why are we going back this
These,
far?
as the name suggests, are the ancestors of the Indian and European peoples. They came from the northern Caucasus region, but also moved into the Middle East, so they had an influence on the religions in that region. Well, a few thousand years later in Greece, which is next to the Middle East, we have the father of philosophy, Thales. He's from Miletus, which is in direct contact with the Near Eastern civilizations, which explains why he believed that the earth floated on water, which is what the Babylonians and Egyptians believed as well. So I'm happy to make the connection with the Middle Eastern religions. Thales said that there was a stuff that made up everything, a world stuff, and he believed that this stuff that made up everything was water. Thales was shortly followed by Pythagoras and the Pythagoreans.
There was a whole Milesian school after Thales with people like Anaximander and Anaximenes, and I think Heraclitus even was part of that. And they all had the same basic ideas, but then they were like, they had different interpretations. So one of them was like, so Thales thought everything was made out of water, and then one of them was like, no, everything's made out of air, and then Heraclitus was like, no, everything's made out of fire. It's just kind of it's funny that was the start of what philosophy was just people making stuff up about there being some substance that everything is made out of. But then Pythagoras, I actually do know a thing or two about Pythagoras, because he was Ionian, but he taught in Italy. His school was in Italy, so I made I wrote a video about that period of Italian history, and he features prominently in it.
Who were a bunch of mystic hippies who lived communistically without private property. Theirs was a religion called Orphism, a mystery cult from the Middle East. Their god was Dionysus, and they thought man's soul was a fragment of Dionysus. They said that by living a pure life, man's soul can escape this earth, go back home, and reunite with God Dionysus, achieving true happiness and salvation. This, historically and philosophically, is the primary source of the soul-body opposition in Western civilization. After Thales and Pythagoras, we get Heraclitus, who was obsessed with change.
I feel like the soul-body separation is something that probably, that idea probably came about spontaneously at different points in Western civilization, because it seems to come about spontaneously everywhere. But maybe this is the earliest written example of it in so-called Western civilization.
And believed change required the existence of contradictions, things that are and are not at the same time. Everything is water, but water changes, and so it's not the same. You can't step into the same river twice, for fresh waters are always flowing in. This change was a contradiction, leading to a new becoming, as he put it.
Heraclitus was also really cynical and angry, and just kind of hated everything and was skeptical of everyone. That's what I know about him.
This would later evolve into Hegel's concept of Aufheben, the synthesis of two opposites which became reconciled in a new third position, the dialectic. And the struggle between two opposites is what Hitler described as struggle. For Hitler, struggle was the father of all things, which Videla says was inspired by Heraclitus, who said war was the father of all things. In this sense, the National Socialist worldview was heir of the Indo-European thought of Heraclitus and his world of perpetual strife called Polymus. In this worldview, the union of all entities in the universe formed a chaotic and undifferentiated mass called Hen, the One. In other words, the gatherer of everything. Hen was pure existence, a shapeless being. It was a seeming chaos of undifferentiated mass. Only the struggle, Polymus, allowed individual beings to be extracted from that undifferentiated chaos. Heraclitus and Pythagoras influence Plato, who influences, well, everyone basically going forward. However, I need to point out that prior to Plato, Democritus and his teacher, whose origins we don't know, but he was probably taught by Pythagoras, founded the atomist school, which helped pave the way to
These are the guys who were actually right
of
about what the universe was made out of, because they didn't say it was fire, or it was water, or it was air. They said it was made out of atoms, which is, that's actually accurate. Now, Aristotle, from what I understand, did not agree with the atomists about this. But turns out Aristotle, big shock, was wrong about something.
Of logic and reason, although he was still a believer in some mysticism. Unfortunately, Democritus also led to Epicurus and his Epicurean determinism and hedonism, which would plague humanity for millennia to come.
Oh my god, why? What do you have against Epicurus? Man. Like, some of these people, will, like, just pick on certain philosophies like this. Like, this philosophy is worthless. It's like, what? I mean, you gotta admit that he had a point. You gotta admit that, like, he had some good observations to make. And, some good philosophy. I mean, it's not like Epicurus was some fucking curse put on humanity. Like, he had some good ideas. Give him a break.
And I'll just point out here that the lines are only representing the major philosophical evolution between the various people, not absolutely every single connection.
He sees them as an ancient
Obviously,
Marxist. Yeah,
Plato
this is just the
influenced
ideologue shit that I don't like. Because this guy has decided he hates everything Marxist. Oh, God. Oh, my cursor is gone again. Oh, this is the same thing that happened to me before, where I had to restart my computer the other day because my cursor just disappeared. Oh, man. No. This happens to me while I'm streaming now. I don't know what to do about it. I have to be able to see my mouse on the screen, my little arrow. But if I can't see it, what can I do? I see things flickering as I hover over them. This is awful. This is a disaster. Suddenly I can't do this stream. Suddenly I can't do this stream. I don't know what to tell you. I have to restart the computer, I think. That's the only way I know how to fix this. Which means I'm gonna have to end this stream and then do a part 2 in a few minutes when my computer is up again. So, sorry about that. Real big disappointment. God, if I can just get the cursor to click the yes button. All right, I can't do that apparently. Apparently I can't just end the stream normally. So